And let's hope that we can have the same success in 2022 that we had in 2013. You know, I just want to acknowledge a few special people before I get going. You've already acknowledged Helen Champeau, the first Chinese board member of any Australian parliament. Wonderful that the Liberal Party put the first Chinese board member into the New South Wales Parliament. And it was the Liberal Party that put the first Chinese board member into the federal parliament in Senator Bin Chen. And I hope that we're going to have a parliament of Liberals that fully represents the diversity and the strength and the unity of modern Australia. It's great to see Dave Sharma. It's great to have Jess Collins here. Wonderful to see Damien Tudor over there. It's fantastic to have Warren Mundine. Warren was the best ever national president of the Labor Party because he saw the light and joined the Liberal Party. As well as being the man who, along with Jacinta Price, saved our country from a forever division on the basis of race and ancestry. Thank you, Warren, for all you've done. Thank you for being a living national treasure and one of the very greatest Australians. You know, I do remember launching the Reid campaign in 2013, but that wasn't all that happened in 2013. The Abbott government got together with the then O'Farrell government to announce something wonderful for Western Sydney called WestConnex. And you know, I got here today on WestConnex and I thought, thank God for the Abbott government. And pretty soon, if I need to go anywhere, I'll be able to go to the Western Sydney Airport on roads that have been built before the airport was finished. And again, I'll be able to say thank God for the Abbott government delivering for Western Sydney. And that's what the Liberal Party and coalition governments do. We deliver for all Australian, but we deliver particularly for the people of Western Sydney. Now, I want to say that every moment of every day until the 3rd of May, there is no greater task for every single one of us than to deliver this country a much better government. That's what all of us have to be doing. Every waking moment between now and the 3rd of May, doing everything we humanly can to deliver to this country the better government that we need and deserve. Now, there is a cost of living crisis in this country right now. There is a cost of living crisis. Anthony Albanese is to blame because his government is making it much, much worse. His spending addiction is driving your mortgage interest payments ever higher. His union addiction is destroying the productivity of the small businesses of our country. And his emissions obsession is what's putting your power bills through the roof. In this area, power bills have gone up $800 since the election of the Albanese government. In this area, mortgage repayments have gone up over $60,000 a year, and that is largely the fault of the Albanese government. And if we want to end the cost of living crisis, there's only one thing to do, and that's to elect Peter Dutton. And the only way we'll elect Peter Dutton is by electing Grange Chung here in Reid, because Peter Dutton will cut your power bills by getting more gas into the system. He'll make it easier for your kids to get a deposit by giving them access to their super. He'll make filling up your car $14 cheaper every time, and he'll stop the economic decline by making it easier to open for new resource developments that our country absolutely depends on. I just love the fact that every servo and every fuel bowser between now and polling day is effectively going to be an advertisement for the Dutton government, because Peter Dutton will make all of those prices come down 25 cents a litre. Something like 40% of the people here in Reid drive to work. Something like 40% of the people here in Reid have 2 cars. 10% of the people here in Reid have 3 cars. 94% of the cars in this suburb have internal combustion engines, and you are exactly the people who are going to benefit from Peter Dutton's policy, should there be a change of government on May the 3rd. Now, as you know, this is the greatest country on earth. So many of you are of migrant background, and you chose this country because you knew that this country was going to be good for you, your children, and your grandchildren. Sadly, over the last 3 years, our country has been drifting backwards. We're economically weaker, we're socially more divided, we're militarily weaker, and again, just imagine waking up on the 4th of May and thinking that this underwhelming individual is still our Prime Minister and this pathetic, incompetent government is still in office. How disappointed will we all feel? Because we will know that our country is doomed to 3 more years of decline. This insanity that we can run a power system on power that only works when the wind blows and the sun shines. Sure, you can power a house on solar panels and batteries, but you can't run a first world economy on solar panels and batteries. You know, one of the first things that the Albanese government did when it got in was say to councils across this white-brown land, you don't have to have citizenship ceremonies on Australia Day. If there's one thing that every Australian should be proud of, it is Australia Day, the day when modern Australia began, the day when human rights, the rule of law, the equality of citizens came to this country. And one of the first things that the Dutton government will do is once again ensure that every council has to have citizenship ceremonies on Australia Day, because what better day to become an Australian than on our nation's birthday. I'm very proud to be helping Grange Chung to become the member for Reid, because he's done something that I've never done. He served our country in uniform. Anyone who wears our country's uniform has said that he is prepared to put his life on the line for our country, and I reckon everyone who's worn our country's uniform is someone that we should be proud of. And while I think it's a great thing that you're doing, volunteering to serve in the nation's parliament, I don't think anything quite comes up to volunteering to lay down your life if necessary for our country. Politicians in this country are not at risk of death, except reputational death. I think my reputation has probably died many times over the last 30 years. But it really is wonderful to have someone of diverse background, of proven commitment to our country, who knows what it's like to serve, who knows what it's like to work, who's got a broad life experience, putting himself forward for our parliament. I like to think that the best words anyone can say are the pledge to Australia that all new citizens make, when they say, from this time forward under God, I pledge my allegiance to Australia and its people whose democratic beliefs I share, whose rights and liberties I respect, and whose laws I will uphold and obey. No one better embodies that than Grange Chalk. Life, he says, the commitment to Australia. He says it, he means it, he's lived it. Let's send him to Canberra.